Leo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late April, moving into early May 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's happening for the lovely Leos. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. I'm sure you are. Let's get it going, my guides. Talk to me. What do we got for these beautiful Leo specimens for late April, early May? What's happening with my friends? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first one. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. Well, let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Leo, late April into early May. We're getting closer and closer to your birthday season, my friends. You making plans yet? Let's get it going. What's going on? I know Leos know how to have a good time. They know how to party. Okay. Ooh, all right. So we have this page energy, which I usually really like to lead off a reading. And I've been seeing this one pop up from time to time in different readings, and I feel like this is really good for you. It could be about communication. It could also be about creativity, new things, a lot of good new chapters coming in. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the April subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk a little bit more about this energy. So we see this young individual on the card. Notice that they're playing a lute or an instrument of some sort. They have a yin-yang on their head. And this just screams Page of Pentacles vibes to me. So I think of similar things for a portion of you, whether it's a conversation or a talk or something around messages that could be very important for a portion. So we'll see how that shows up throughout the reading itself. But you see the rainbow coming out of this instrument. That's really a nod to creativity. So if you've been feeling a lot of things, you've been feeling some big feelings, or you've been thinking a lot, Spirit could be asking you to express yourself or have some sort of venting sesh. Okay, it doesn't always have to be like talking and telling someone how you feel. Sometimes it could just be creating something. So whether it's like a sculpture or a painting or writing things in a journal, writing a book, who knows? Like there's something around creativity. And I will also say with this page energy, it's a really good nod to any sort of new chapter or new energy coming into your life. So it's looking good. We're going to put it down right there. Let's get into tarot now. And I always say this first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get it going here. My God, let's get your 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. Shuffle it up one time for Leo, please. My lovely Leo friends. Late April, early May. And while we get this deck ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was pretty positive, if you ask me. The reading was titled Big Payoff Incoming, and I saw for a vast majority of Leos, either something you've been working on or working towards really paying off for you in the end, like the energy moving your way. And that's something I've been seeing around all the fire signs in recent weeks. It's like, yeah, there's a lot going on astrologically, but there's a lot of energetic support. So even if you are going through a tough time, or even if this reading itself is a little rough and tumble, it's Spirit saying like, all right, you're supported. The energy will keep moving through. Let's get you 3 cards now, okay? Because as you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. Only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone else, right? You know how it goes. Let's get 3 cards for Leo. Good friends. Late April into early May. Thank you. Oh, all right. We're starting off with our very dear friend, the King of Cups, a.k.a. Kyle of Cups himself, without a beard. He's having a drink there, holding his goblet, having a grand old time. I think this is a pretty good way to start. We'll just see. I mean, for some of you, it could just be signaling some things going on in the romance or connection realm. But I think that's a good card. I mean, I'm a little biased, though, with the King of Cups, all right? Let's get a couple more. Ooh, all right, the Ace of Pentacles. So it's like we're getting better here, Leo. I'm going to try my best to stay as even-keeled about this reading until we get the clarifiers. I don't want to jinx anything, but, I mean, King of Cups with the Ace of Pentacles, really good stuff. That could also be communication or some news coming your way. Okay, totally opposite. That just like took the air out of my sails. So that's an energy you're going to want to watch out for in this time. Interesting how we have this cyclical energy. We have the 10 of Swords. So maybe for a portion of you, something you thought had like really good potential You know, it's like, wah, 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 I'm getting that energy already. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into the juicy, intuitive stuff. We're absolutely going to have to really dissect this because there's big opposing energies here. Now, once again, similar to this little page, the yin-yang type of vibe, same thing happening here. Like beginning, ending, the light, the dark. So this is going to be a nuanced reading, Leo. So let's go through piece by piece. And yeah, at first look, first glance, I'm looking down here. Yeah, there's a mixture of the internal energy with the water. We have some air. We also have a little bit of earth grounding it down. So for a portion of you, when we have all these elements mixed, it could be different aspects of the same situation or totally different ones. Okay, like something might be going really, really good. Something new could be coming in, then something from the past. It's like we have these big extremes of energy. But position number one, the King of Cups. Okay. As I mentioned, it could be a water sign. The King of Cups could represent someone's emotional state. Okay, so we're just going to have to walk lightly until we clarify the rest of it out, because depending on what shows up here, it could be someone feeling good, tons of love, emotionally free in that sort of realm, or it could be the complete opposite. It all really depends. Okay, so if this is two people in the same situation, one could be much more optimistic, the other one could really be going through it. The King of Cups is creative, so all the little advice I was given with the Oracle card about, you know, if you're feeling some big things, if you're going through some problems or situations and needing an outlet for it, the King of Cups could represent it. Now, every single card has a positive and a challenge. Aside from love, aside from strong feelings and emotional control and creativity, when the King of Cups shows up in its rougher energy, this could represent somebody that's trying to drown their sorrows, throwing a few too many back, partying it up a little too much. So that might describe somebody. It could also represent someone who is really either emotionally manipulative or someone who's really grappling with some strong feelings, strong emotions. But we're not going to speculate until we get a clarifier. That's very important with any reading. Moving to the center, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Lovely. So when we had these first two cards out, I see the King of Pentacles, and then I see the King of Cups, then the Ace of Pentacles. I'm like, oh, whoa, can it get even better? Because all aces are opportunities. They also represent offers. All aces are also communication. So similar to that page energy in the very beginning, whether it's a talk or a message or something coming your way, this could be some sort of news. Okay, and I can't get too optimistic yet until we see what the Ten of Swords is about. I'm just going to be real with you. Now, for a portion of you, this could surround areas like money. This could surround areas like work. I often say this is a golden opportunity, but that's when I was saying, like, all right, it had so much potential until we get to this Ten of Swords. So I'm hoping that there isn't somebody or something that has left you feeling a little disappointed or what could have been. Another thing that I'm just going to keep mentioning is this is a card of beginnings, whereas that's a card of endings. It's like we have this cycle of energy happening here. In this time, make sure you don't like repeat mistakes from the past and stuff like that. I mean, there's going to be more energy in the details that we're going to need to look at. As with all opportunities, they can wither, okay? So just make sure if there is something in front of you that you want to do or some action that you want to take, you take it. Or if there's an offer on the table, that you make some action towards it, because limited time only. Getting to the back end, and we're not going to really pound on this message too much. We have the Ten of Swords. Now, if you watch tarot, you understand that this card could represent pain. It could represent endings. It could represent loss. It's not really the nicest vibe. Like, it could be so extreme as to feeling like betrayed. I will say this. Every human being has had at least one Ten of Swords moment in their life. So for a portion of you, it could just be something that's happened that you've gone through that you're still holding on to. We just have to walk lightly around it, because I do feel like this could be a warning, especially with what I was feeling when it first popped out. The positive of the Ten of Swords is with this energy, there is nowhere to go but up. So we could be reading this energy like in the reverse, where like you've had a Ten of Swords moment or an ending or a loss, and then boom, this Ace of Pentacles comes in to make you happy, which I feel like for a lot of you, this would be more ideal if you overcome a Ten of Swords and the energy flows this way. I want to dive deeper on all of it though, Leo. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for my friends, guides, and spirit team. What's going on with the lovely Leo collective here? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. let's go in on the King of Cups to start. And yeah, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Leo, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, King of Cups time. What's he doing there? Why is the King of Cups in the mix? Thank you. Okay, King of Wands in reverse. For a portion of you, this is some sort of like magnetic attraction here. Okay, whether this is how someone feels towards you or how you feel towards somebody else. For another portion of you, you might just feel a little off in these times, all right? Because we have the King of Wands in reverse underneath the King of Cups. Okay, so I'm getting several different things. So just take whichever one applies to you. The double kings here in front could be two different individuals. Remember, these energies aren't always gender specific. The King of Wands in reverse, especially under the King of Cups, does tell me that someone can't control how they feel about someone or something. So whether this is a person where it's like, all right, well, yeah, I know they're not the best for me, but I just can't control how I feel. Or maybe that's how someone possibly feels towards you, where it's just like this magnetic energy that pulls you in. Take that for what it's worth. For a portion of you, that doesn't always have to be it. If we're talking about someone's general emotions, when I have the King of Wands in reverse underneath the King of Cups, that tells me you might be a little bit emotionally erratic. So there could be warnings coming down the pipeline where it's like 1 second you're feeling good, right? King of Cups. The next second you're like, ugh, feeling drained, feeling like the energy's been pulled out of you. So there is a warning, an important warning already when we're here at the front end, okay? And I did also give that message for a portion of you that in this time, whether you're going through something or not, you might just not feel as vibrant as you normally do, okay? Because I'm very familiar with the Leo energy. I know a lot of beautiful Leos in my personal life, usually a very vibrant, outgoing type of energy. And for me, like I said in the early part of this reading, it felt like the wind got sucked out of the sails. Hopefully that's not how you're feeling in this time, okay? Same could go for a cross watcher too. Like you might just be feeling off. Let's keep moving forward. I don't want to beat a dead horse here. Let's see why the Ace of Pentacles is here. We'll talk about it more during the recap. I think you get what I'm putting down. Let's see why the Ace of Pentacles is here. Where's the Ace of Pentacles here? Thank you. Okay. All right, so this is something that's going to relieve the pressure a little bit, and I do really like this. This is somebody that can or will put your mind at ease a little bit, okay? This little warning I had here in front, it still stands. Now, for a portion of you, that could just be someone you're linked to going through a really tough time. Doesn't even have to be yours, but it's showing up here in a strong way. Eight of Swords in reverse underneath this Ace of Pentacles does speak about some sort of important talk. To me, that's like kind of how this is feeling, where like you hear something or you have some sort of conversation, or there's somebody that comes in that really like relieves you in some way, okay? Eight of Swords is pent-up energy in the upright. It's overthinking, it's stressed, it's anxious, it's really going through a difficult time. In reverse, it's a little more liberated. It's somebody coming to grips with those energies. So I do feel for a portion of you, this could represent your healing journey, if you're on one, or just somebody relieving a bit of the pressure, like reassuring you or helping you feel like everything's going to be fine. That might be something you're doing for somebody else as well. So this communication, this message does feel quite important to the grand scheme of things. And I will say, again, this could be energy that you've been processing and going through, where it's like, all right, I've been up and down, not feeling a little off. All right, now I'm starting to feel better. Now I'm starting to feel like myself again. We really need to see what that Ten of Swords has to say. So I'm going to keep moving forward, see what's up with that. For another portion of you, there could be an opportunity or an offer that opens up for you in this time as well. So keep that in mind. Like something could shift and change for the better, which makes you feel better as a result. So let's go in on that Ten of Swords. Like I'm getting the vibe, even though we have the Ten of Swords, that all is not lost. Like that's just the energy that this is giving me. So, which is nice. So why is the Ten of Swords here before we do our recap? Okay. Lovers in the upright. For a portion of you, you might be connected to Gemini, and I will say, I mean, obviously, if you're a longtime watcher of my readings, you know that I don't consider myself only a love reader or only a career reader, but there could be a big portion of Leos out there at this point. Even if you're not going through it, that could be going through some sort of separation, strife, pain, ending, or loss with a loved one. Now, does that have to be just like breaking up with somebody or splitting with somebody? No, it could come in other ways. This could be a person that you saw as a very strong soul tie or someone that's very important in your life that you've lost in one way or another, and the pain is still there. Another thing I'm seeing here, this could also represent the healing of this pain. Okay, so yeah, we do have the energy of endings and losses, stuff like that, and that is serious in its own right. But I want to mention with the Lovers, that's the Archangel Raphael. That's the Archangel of healing. So when I see it underneath a card like this Ten of Swords, yeah, all the other messages still do apply. This is an important warning here on the back end and on the front end that your interpersonal connections and relationships could be going through a lot of changes in this time, or you could be losing someone or have lost someone when this card's in the mix. But this is a very healing energy. Okay, so I did say like this reading is kind of like an anagram to me when we look at it all in one, because it could read as a story in both ways. Like here on the front end, it could start off here like something's off, the energy's off, it's going up and down, and boom, you think something's going to be good, you get some reassurance, and then bang. But it could also go the other way where we have this event, then we have this energy getting better, and then I feel like it could be either way. For some of you, this could be two different people handling a situation in a different way, where it's like these split ends. There might need to be a conversation, though, like a clearing of the air for a portion of you. Just know that, because if you think that someone's taking something lightly, they're not. That's something I'm getting as well. Let's go through and do a quick recap. This reading is packed with a lot of stuff. Remember, you could check your other alignments as well if this reading's not yours. But if you kindly look in the box here, Leo, there is some intensity here. Position number one, we have the King of Cups, our good friend there, with the King of Wands in reverse. I gave several messages. It could be you going through lots of emotional ups and downs. Another thing I felt was like not feeling like yourself, like the wind has been pulled out of your sails, and not feeling as vibrant as you normally are. And for another portion of you, yeah, that's just, it could be a magnetic attraction with somebody, or whether they're magnetically pulled to you or the other way around. Moving to the center, we have the Ace of Pentacles with the Eight of Swords in reverse. There could be an important talk coming in that helps relieve or alleviate some of this pressure. A lot of you might need some sort of venting when this is in the mix as well. We have two very important warnings split between this reading as well surrounding that. So I feel like communication could be the key to healing for a big portion of you. Moving to the back end, Ten of Swords with the Lovers. I mean, pretty simplistic in a lot of ways for a lot of you. Yeah, there could be parting of the ways with somebody. There could be endings. There could be loss. It fits your story however you want, whether it's like things that have already happened. Hopefully this isn't something that's coming up, but just know there is a healing energy here. Like, I feel like all is not lost, and there could be a clearing of the air in regards to this situation. So please take a screenshot of that, Leo. Let's see what's in the shadows for you, my friends. Shuffle it up one time, my gods. What's in the shadows for the beautiful Leos? That the reading was a little rougher than I thought it would be. Okay, it's all good though. You know how energy flows. And yeah, I always like to pull one of these cards at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be rough. So let's hope you have a good one. What do we got? And if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. I really do. Let's get you one. What do we got here for Leo, please? Okay, the card didn't pop out. There we go. Thank you. The Magician. So there could be something around manifesting here for a lot of you, and this is also a card of ritual as well. So that's something to keep in mind here. So for a lot of you, whether you're purposely trying to manifest something or something you have manifested is like right there, right around the corner. The Magician is a card of control. Okay, and when I see it in the shadows, yes, it does say, hey, steer clear of any funky spiritual things or spiritual topics. So keep that in mind as you move forward. I'm not saying you get involved with any of that. It's just something to be aware of. But I always say the Magician is always trying to change its current trajectory. So I feel the important message aligned in with this Magician is there's some things in life that you can't control. There's always going to be certain things in life that you don't have a say over, that you don't have full control over. And trust me, as a fire sign myself, that's a frustrating energy to deal with. Sometimes there's going to be things out of our hands. The only thing we really can control with some situations is how we respond. And I feel like that's important here. So Leo, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The April subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you could check out my digital calendar and schedule at mastermetaphysics.com. And if you got your name in for the March subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced on April 1st. But for the April subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Tarot in Wonderland. It's one of my favorite decks. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, if you had to switch your zodiac sign, which sign would you choose to be out of the whole 12? So if you do that, you'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love. And I'll see you soon.